Welcome back, everybody, to the Red Apron Recipe Club Home Kitchen. This is where I long and slow and boringly explain to you how I would do the recipe, how I love to do the recipe, and little tweaks. Today, we're gonna make my favorite summertime salad, one that a dear friend of mine, Mike Simon, taught me years ago, and that I've improved and tweaked ever since. So, we're gonna prep some watermelon, we're gonna make a vinaigrette, we're gonna grill some halloumi, we're gonna slice some onions, and then we're gonna put it all together. Okay, so for our watermelon, we're gonna try to pick one that's not too hard, feels a little heavy, that way you know it's nice and ripe. There's a million tips and tricks to this, but at the end of the day, just buy a reputable watermelon. Now, I keep 3 cutting boards at my house, and I think this is not insane. This is what normal people do. This is my all-purpose, everyday cutting board. This is my fruit-only cutting board. It's one that I can kind of wash in the dishwasher, and that I know no onions or garlic ever touch. So we're gonna be using this one today. And then I kind of have my meat and seafood cutting board over here. We're not going to be using that at all today. Okay, for this watermelon, we're going to cut the base. So then I'll cut the top off, and then we're just going to peel it and take all of that green and white pith off. Now you can pickle these watermelon rinds if you want to by making pickling liquid, or even just putting them back into a jar of pickle juice of your choice, waiting a couple weeks. Today, we're just going to use the succulent flesh from the inside of it. Okay, we're going to cut these into about inch cubes. In order to do that, we're going to cut these planks that are about an inch thick. We're not cared that the watermelon's squared off. We actually want it to kind of be a bunch of different shapes here. And I'm gonna strain this watermelon off while I do everything else. So I got a little strainer set up here with a bowl. So I'm just gonna place the watermelon directly into that. And we're gonna let it strain. Okay, now we're gonna thinly slice some onions, just enough for the salad to add like a little bit of tangy crunch to it. And the best way I like to thinly slice onions is actually just to julienne them. I know that rings are maybe more traditional, or maybe more what you'll see, but it's really easy when you take it in half just like that, after it's peeled, and then you let your knife on this side just follow the contour of the onion. Nice and thin. Okay. One more time, just so you can see it, right? Follow the contour of the onion. So that means we're starting this way and working our way up. As we get 3/4 of the way through it, we flip it over on its side and we do the same thing. Perfect. Red onion, juliennes. So now we're gonna make a very simple vinaigrette, and the simpler the vinaigrette, the better the ingredients should be. So we're talking about Sicilian oregano, great Italian honey, fresh limes, and the best extra virgin olive oil that I have in my house. So we're gonna start by zesting these limes directly into the bowl. 2 whole limes. This aroma, this fragrance is really gonna set this simple vinaigrette off. So the zest completely of both these limes. It's also gonna add some nice texture to that vinaigrette. Now we're gonna roll these to release all the juice inside of those membranes. Cut them in half. This is one of the single-use tools that I always have in my kitchen. It's a lime or lemon squeezer, a citrus reamer. I'm gonna squeeze these both directly in. Now, it seems like a lot of lime juice, but when you're doing a sort of sweet and sour vinaigrette and you're gonna use limes and honey, you almost want the two to be the same amount, like the same amount of sweetness as sour. Now we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of honey directly in, and I'm gonna measure it perfectly. Beautiful. Okay, and then some fresh oregano. I'm gonna look at it as it goes into my hand. As I get to this sort of tablespoon mark, I'm gonna stop hitting the bundle and really massage out all the beautiful aroma of that oregano. A little bit of salt. We're gonna whisk this to combine. And then we're going to drizzle in our extra virgin olive oil. Not a ton, but a quarter cup. Sweet, sour, salty, with just enough oil to bind it. That's going to be beautiful with the halloumi and with the watermelon. So our vinaigrette is made, our onions are sliced, our watermelon is draining. We also have some toasted pistachios, some fresh mint, and some arugula. The last component we need is to go grill this halloumi cheese. Now, halloumi is readily available everywhere. If you don't have a Whole Foods or a Greek market by you, I'm sure you can find it online. However, a reasonable substitute, although not the same cheese at all, not from the same country or from the exact same process, but a good grilling cheese, is paneer. So I'm gonna go ahead and grill some paneer and some halloumi just to show you how easy this is. We're gonna take it out to a hot grill that's already been lit, dress it with a little olive oil and a little salt, and char it whole, just like this, so we can get that beautiful scent of the grill, and then we'll cool it down and we'll combine it with our watermelon, and we'll be enjoying our salad. We can see the whites of the coals. This is about 40 minutes after I lit it. It's getting hot over the grill. We're looking at about 500 degrees. We're gonna put this on, and then we're not gonna move it for a second. We're just gonna allow the grill to do its thing and grill this halloumi and this paneer. I'm gonna keep the vent open on top. That way we still got airflow moving through it, and I'm gonna place it on and we'll come back in a couple minutes. Really hot grill, charring on the outside, extra color, that means extra flavor. Now, if grilling cheese like this scares you, you can just go ahead and saute it, it's not a big deal. But we're gonna pull this off, we're gonna cool it down, and then we're gonna combine it with that watermelon and some herbs and that vinaigrette. Boom, boom. Okay, so we're gonna tear some mint into this mixing bowl, and again, I'm gonna reuse the mixing bowl. I made this vinaigrette, I had no need to make an extra dirty dish. This is like a clinical amount of mint. You're gonna do almost equal parts mint and arugula. Now, arugula, maybe necessarily not the lettuce that you would choose, so sub it out, but I love the peppery combination of that arugula with this mint, okay? I'm gonna combine these at the bottom. I'm gonna take some of this watermelon that's been straining, toss it in. Some of these toasted pistachios will go in. Same with some of the sliced raw onion. This is a great crunch, great textural component. A little bit of salt. And I'm gonna add this vinaigrette now, and then I'm gonna cut the cheese. And then we'll plate this whole thing. We're gonna cut this into about the same shape and size as that watermelon. Just a nice large dice. That's awesome. Just a little more of that vinaigrette. Don't be shy to dress this a little bit more aggressively than you would your typical salad. It's really gonna suck up all that beautiful lime juice and honey. All right, let's plate. So we're gonna kind of arrange the watermelon and the halloumi at the bottom, and then top it with the onion, oregano, arugula, mint salad over top. And then at the very top, we're gonna do some of those toasted pistachios. I picked this plate because we can kind of mosaic it all around, and you can see the beautiful fruit and cheese salad as it sits there. All right, let's get some of these greens. Some of these toasted pistachios. I'm just going to run my knife over them once. This is a great textural component. One more little drizzle. Sprinkle of crunchy salt. And that's it. You're celebrating summer, halloumi style.